Washington wins this game 42-19. Top 5 graded Washington Commanders in this one. Running back Chris Rodriguez with a 90.2. Overall grade, center Tyler Biadasz an 85.6. Wide receiver Terry McLaurin a 77.3. Defensive tackle Deron Payne with a 73.2. Linebacker Frankie Luvu a 70.4. Jayden Daniels in this one a 68.0. On Tennessee's side of things, cornerback Darrell Baker Jr., 73.8. Cornerback Roger McCreary with a 71.6. Edge rusher Harold Landry III a 70.9. Guard Peter Skronsky a 76.4. And offensive tackle J.C. Latham a 67.3. Will Levis in this one a 69.3. Dalton, my stats have told the story. This one was over very quickly, and it was over because of fumbles. The Tennessee Titans had 3 total fumbles in this game. 2 of them lost. The first two of them came in, either it was in the first quarter or right when we got into the second quarter, because Washington had 14 points generated off of those 2 fumbles that the Tennessee Titans lost. The game was 28-0 Washington, less than 5 minutes to go in the second, or less than 5 minutes into the second quarter. This game was over
19 minutes.
19 minutes into the game?
Yep.
Yeah, 28-0. Oh, you're not going to come back from that. So it's tough to find a lot of like nuggets in this game, because it was almost like the first quarter happened. You went, okay, can we just like give you the win and then we'll restart and see what kind of football game we can actually come up with? Because I mean, it wasn't going to be close after that, and obviously the final score represents that.
Yeah, I mean, I could just run through it all right now because it's the summary. The most disappointing is that Titans first half. I mean, the 2 fumbles, one of them on a kick return that really hurt them bad. 17 yards on the first 4 drives and 1 first down, and like you mentioned, 28-0 in the first 19 minutes. Now, the big story coming out of this game is the Commanders getting back to running the living hell out of the ball. This team is as great as Jayden Daniels has been. He might win Rookie of the Year, all that stuff, and he is great. But they're best when they're balanced, right? He had a good game, graded around a 68, right? And that's good. That's fine. When this team wins, they run for 194 yards a game. When they lose, they run for 98. It's that simple. If they have balance and they're not overly relying on Jayden to do everything for them like they did against the Ravens and the Steelers and the Eagles, which are 3 of the elite defenses, especially against the run in football, then they're really good. This game, 147 rushing yards in the first half, 6.4 per carry, 10 forced missed tackles on the day. This is what the Commanders can be when they're balanced. And the guy I want to highlight here, actually, because I was just a little worried about this matchup with Tennessee, just like I was with Houston last week when they beat them, is those inside guys, T'Vondre Sweat and Jeffrey Simmons, right, and causing problems, and Washington's offensive line have been struggling. Their center, Tyler Biadasz, made sure that just didn't happen. A 90.6 run blocking grade in this game. 13 positively graded run blocks in this game, which I think only maybe once or twice I've seen more than that. That might be the season high for anybody, all right? 42 combined reps against those 2 guys, Sweat and Simmons, like I mentioned, which I think is the biggest problem when you play the Titans. He allowed 1 pressure in pass protection. He had 6 wins in the run game and no losses out of 23 reps. Tyler Biadasz, player of the day in Washington, really a good rebound for the Commanders' offensive line. He was the start of it, especially in the middle against those 2 guys.
Yeah, most impressive is the Commanders' run game, no doubt about it. 267 rushing yards as a team, most of any singular week that they have had so far this season. So not only are they back, this is the best version of them that we have seen, which would be great for them going down the stretch. Brian Thomas Jr. over 100 yards rushing on 16 carries. Most disappointing for me, I highlighted this last week, the Titans' interior defensive line has been playing really well this season. In particular, the combination of T'Vondre Sweat and Jeffrey Simmons. Jeffrey Simmons in this one, 51.4 overall grade. T'Vondre Sweat was a little bit better. It was right around 70, but 10 missed tackles as a team, I think overall as well, really hurt this. And so after the Titans defense have been playing better as of late, specifically on the interior defensive line, Biadasz kicked ass, and obviously it was a good win for the Commanders, especially up front, getting back to their ways against an interior defensive line unit that's been playing really, really well. Anything else on this one before we move on?
No, it was pretty straightforward. It was 20 minutes of ball game, and the rest was kind of a formality.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe the video. And if you don't have a PFF Plus subscription, you can get one to see all the premium stats that we talked about here on the show, plus the expert betting and fantasy advice over at subscribe.pff.com. The description is also right below, so if you are not a PFF Plus subscriber, you can become one today.